The note, the suicide note. The show today is gonna be off the hook. We're taking suicide silence. It's over. We are taking to a whole nother level. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes God put a Goliath in your life for you to find a David within you. A long time ago, I wrote that. I was just a little kid. But let me tell you something. Your future doesn't have to equal your past unless we carry on the stories with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Siqueira show in the house, and because you are here, it's about to go down. Let's go. I have somebody super awesome that I'm bringing here today. He's an amazing, a father, a producer, a director, a speaker, a mentor, an incredible human being. You guys gonna be in for a treat today. When I wrote on that banner earlier that you guys gonna get the chills, because if you are here watching, you are at your own will, and we're gonna have a great time. I can't know you guys. You want to wait until the end with the inspirational poem. Oh man, we're gonna have a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring my great friend, Mr. Henning, aka Morales. What's up, my brother from another mother? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Carlos. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing phenomenal, my brother. I'm doing phenomenal, my friend. And it's such an honor to have you here today on the show, because this is dearly, and it touches my heart, because a long time ago, I was that kid that hold the suicide note. A long time ago, I was the kid that didn't have any father, any person to look up to, any mentor. You know, a lot of people right now in times like this, I bet you guys are feeling lonely. I bet you guys are feeling worried right now. A lot of anxiety going on. A lot of the kids and the teenagers are suicide. So I wanna address the devil, and we're gonna go right into it, brother. You know, how do you go right from motivational speaking to directing movies about teenagers and young adult? Just like how did somebody even transitioning and go into that? And the reason why I love this question is because when I was a kid, when I made the decision to drop that knife in the kitchen, going from suicidal to make this, just decide to make an impact, I said I wanted to be able to produce entertainment. I want to be able to, you know, and look how God does things, right? I start doing as in helping people, and then helping them with their business, and then speaking and motivating. And now we are here directing, producing, talking about several projects that we are working on. And it's just amazing how life does things. And you just know when you are guided, when you are meant to do something. And bro, it's gonna be crazy today. So, but tell us, man, how do you go from being a motivational speaker to directing movies about teenagers and young adults? Because it's not, and has never been better, bro, for what you've been doing for years in the times where we live in today. It's just you have. I don't know if you understand how many lives of kids and teenagers are about to be saved. But we're gonna go into that in a minute. But let us know, how did that transition happen? Tell us about the Henning, the motivational guy, to now a director, a very respectable director, globally around the world, my friend.
Well, thank you, Carlos. Thanks for the question. And when we speak, and Carlos, because you're one of the best that does it, if you haven't had a chance to see Carlos live, you need to do that at the next possible opportunity. And as you know, Carlos, I learned early on from, I call them the old guys. I had a group of young mentors, and I had a group I call old guys, the older mentors, that taught me how to do speaking, taught me how to work with the audience, taught me how to stand at the podium, taught me how to deliver my speeches, and oddly enough, taught me how to travel. The art of traveling, getting to a city. What do you do first? What do you do second? How do you get ready to go on stage? And then it is a show, is really what it is. You get there early, make sure the lights are right, the sound is right, see where the cameras are going to be positioned. So really, as a speaker, you're actually putting on a show for your audience to a certain extent. Also, one of the things that I learned from my mentors, Carlos, is that the best speeches, the best courses, the best communication is done through storytelling, When you tell the story, Carlos, of the Black Widow, for example, okay? And if you've ever heard Carlos speak and heard the story of the Black Widow, man, I will never forget the story of the Black Widow, because it's a story, but there's a lesson of persistence that's behind the story. So the transition from speaker to first writer. First, I wrote my stories down, which I had never done. I was a speaker for 10 years, and I had my notes that I would prepare, old school, write them down and have them on the podium just in case I needed to go back and forth. Keep yourself on track with the time that you have. And I had my notes. I took those notes and put them into a book, and that book became a film. And then once you get the bug, as Carlos has gotten a bug here with the first two films that Carlos, that you're producing with us, once you get the bug and you see the impact of the stories, it encourages you to do more and learn more. And that's how the transition happened over the course of a couple of years. But it was pretty much a natural transition, because if you can tell stories that keep people interested, that have a purpose and that have a point to them, is you're not just telling a story just because. There's always a call to action at the end of the story. Then transitioning to making movies is really not that difficult. The skill set is there to tell stories, but now you're just using a different medium to tell those stories.
Yes, no, I love that, Brother Henny. I love that, and it's funny. You make me think here a lot, because I've been around a lot of elderly mentors, and without dropping any names, because it doesn't matter. It's what is in it for you listening here, guys, and a lot of them are tied in to old methods, and they haven't adapted yet, right? To social media, to producing video content and taking their stories. These are people that laid the path to the personal development. But a lot of this stuff, some of them is still out there selling CDs and cassettes and tapes, right? And they haven't grasped yet, in the media, the stuff that you and I are involved. And some of the things that my partners and I are involved, right, into taking people to media, right, to creating their podcast, creating their show, creating their TV channel, creating their movie, putting their magic out there. Because you guys listening to us now, you have a story, and you have. I did a great post earlier on LinkedIn, and the post was: "Is no longer the big that eats the small, is the fastest that consumes the slow." It's amazing what you are doing with our tribe in those projects, because now we are able to give it a chance to somebody to produce their movie, and they, without having to selling their soul to the devil, to Hollywood. Now it's like, somebody, I tell people all the time, anybody can stand out in this overwhelming crowd. And the way how they stay away from the sea of sameness is by storytelling and telling their stories and bringing their movies to life. And I love what you are doing, because you're giving a chance for everyday teenager, everyday as a teenager and young adult that want to be into movies, that want to put themselves out there. And it's such a unique way. And I wanted you to tell us, let's actually address it, something that I love asking my guests and challenging them, which is why your movies, why they make you make your movies stand apart from any other movies. Like, why my audience wanted to watch your movies. Like, I love it, but tell them, they don't know you, right? Some of them, why should they watch your movies? What makes Henny better than Quentin, aka Tarantino?
Well, I don't know about better than the godfather of modern filmmaking is Tarantino. But here's what we're doing. First of all, Carlos, we are we're producing films that have a purpose to them. That's one thing that is important for anyone who is looking to maybe check out our content and look at our movies and what we're creating, everything has a purpose, and everything we do is inspirational, motivational, transformational. That's first. And I will only produce movies and write movies and direct movies that have an inspirational side to them. First of all, because it is important to me personally, and we should always walk our talk. What you love is what you should do. And I teach that, and I coached on it for years. The minute you get out of your area of passion, that's when you start getting into trouble. And so my passion is telling stories that inspire, telling stories that motivate, stories like Rocky and The Blind Side, and stories like that where Rudy, right? I usually have sports in my repertoire of inspirational movies, even movies like Grease, where it's a love story, boy meets girl, boy loses girl, he changes, Danny Zuko changes and he becomes a better person and he gets the girl. And those are The Princess Bride is another one. If you haven't seen movies you can watch with your family that are not going to take you into a dark place for very long. If you're going to tell a story of redemption and a story of inspiration, sometimes you got to get into that dark place, but then you got to bring people out of it. That's one thing that makes the movies different. Another thing and again, there's not enough of that.
And before you tell the other thing, this is what I love the most about your movies that gives me the happy tears, is seeing all those youngsters in your movies, man. Seeing all those young kids, because a long time ago, I was shut down trying to get into movies. Oh my God, waiting till they watch this scene from the movie. But I just love seeing those young kids and teenagers in the movies. A long time ago, I was shut down in LA, probably 15 years ago. I tried to do it, my actor thing. I tried to get over there. It was door after door after door. It all shut down. And the other day, my team was like, "Hey, Carlos, check this out. Check it out. IMDb. Look at your star meter." I was looking at my star meter. It's actually, I'm like, has more stars than Gary V and Jay shit. And we're like, okay, now we are moving, baby. We are moving. I just love seeing. I gotta talk some shit. How we roll. Some competition, but. I always tell people, your time eventually will come. Eventually they will recognize you. Eventually they will respect you, because hard work works. And I love being involved in your projects, because when I see this is another scene that I can't wait. The scene with the cops. And look at this beautiful, man, LA. And it's so much history here, man. LA right now is going through so much chaos. The police, the teenagers, the division, and this movie, man, I'm telling you, brother. But without adding too much, I just had to add a little some here to it.
Well, it's I appreciate that.
Why so amazing your movies, and why it's so different than everything else?
Well, I appreciate that, Carlos. And we are in a young adult genre, but I also want our audience to know that these movies are not just for teenagers and young adults. Probably Gen Xers, which is my generation, your generation, Carlos, really will enjoy these. And one of the reasons why you're so excited, I'm sure, is because, again, it's relatable at any age. It takes you back to when you were maybe younger, but also it's something that you can watch with your teenage kids or young adult kids, a family type of a situation. Now, they're not for little kids. Little kids will get scared in these movies, okay? But for teenagers, 13, 14, 15 and above, again, I mentioned several movies that are of that same vein. Grease is a perfect example, because Grease is a movie for teenagers, but really it stands a test of time. And one of the things, Carlos, that we do that's so different is that not only do we have this teen genre, teen inspirational, motivational genre, which really is its own unique space, but also we don't use any, gratuitous violence. We don't use any fantasy.
Yeah.
We don't have, and I'm not saying that these things are wrong. Okay. There's a time and a place,
Yep.
but we are, what you asked, what makes us different? What makes us different is we don't have any type of time travel or space invaders or Star Wars or men in tights and capes or witches and warlocks and vampires or mummies. We don't have any of those things. These are true stories. And I do my best. Now we've made 4 feature films, Carlos, and now 3 short films, 2 documentaries, and many music videos. So now you can see our work. I used to have to explain this to people back in 15 and 16 when we were talking about making movies. Now you can see how we do it, and that makes us stand out from the crowd, and also it makes it good. It makes it good because it's real. And what young people, if you know, and again, there's a place for all those other types of movies, but if you want something different, if you want a change of pace, and you watch one of my movies, you're going to say, hey man, this movie is entertaining and it's different. And I'll share my last differentiator. I know you have a comment. I'll share my last one.
No, you know how we roll. We always, whenever we have a comment, I do this even with all my clients, we say something because it's important. You literally make reality TV look stupid. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because see, you know, you bring, you know, I'm very creative. I work on Super Bowl commercials and producing, you know, content for others. But the way how you do things, when you bring in old school, new school, and reality TV, and you just blend it all together. And it's so unique, brother, because it's very relatable. Like whenever I'm watching a movie, like, or I'm rewatching, like the new movie that we are putting out there, and Hero, right? Like, damn, wow, look at that. Look at how awesome that is. Look at who is that, Mr. Henry Morales. Look at that. Who's that handsome guy over there on the bottom? Carlos Siqueira. You know, but when people watch it, it's just like every time that I watch, it hasn't been released yet, but every time that I watch, it's just mesmerized. Because it's like it's suspense and it's relatable and it's not none of the fancy stuff that people see in Hollywood, the fancy, you know what I mean? Like people like it doesn't take much to produce a movie, and it's so relatable to the kids, to the teenagers, to others, because we have a lot of the people in our world, they are watching the trailers, and we have all these speakers. It's amazing the conversations that I'm having with so many speakers right now that they weren't making any money, and I told them, hey guys, check this out. You guys can join us in sharing this movement. You can open up your garage, go invite your neighbors in your community and bring them to your home or to outside because of the social. Yes, I'm not going to go there, but you know, and then, right. And then you can bring the community together because that's what people want. They want to come together. Yeah. They are tired to be cooked up. And then they can share the movie to their community and now be that person of value. Then they can share what they are working on, what projects they have. So I started telling this to so many, and I love it, the number of, and actually, since we are talking about that right now, I would love if any, would you guys watching us, drop some yeses in the comments. If I see 10 yeses, we will drop the trailer here for you guys to watch it. For you guys listening to us on my podcast, you can go into my YouTube channel and then you can watch this because some of you guys are listening to us here either now or in the future. But if I can get some yeses over here for you guys that are live now interacting with us, we will drop a trailer of this movie. And actually, if you guys also want to, if you like what you are hearing here from Hanny and myself, we're going to be releasing, what is the date? 18? November 18th?
We're going to shoot for the 18th. It's a pre-release, Thanksgiving 18th. You and I have to figure that out. November 18th is the approximate time. By Thanksgiving for sure. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, and you know, so I want to show you, I'll share with you guys a trade. It's 2 minutes. And then I have some other powerful questions here for Hanny. And then I'll share with you guys also how I'll put a little thing under the screen on how you guys can actually join. Would you guys like to share this movie? Would you like to throw a movie night? We will give you full permission. You can order the movie for like $3, and then you can share with all your neighbors in your community. And then just create the conversation, create the awareness about suicide in a way that's captivating, in a way that's inspirational. That's what this movie is about. It's about talking about a concept that's not boring like how it used to be. Hanny and I, we're going to be focusing on producing amazing movies that talks about a topic that we can have. It's fun. It's not a traditional way of talking about suicide where it's boring or here's the hotline. No, we want to actually bring the community together. We want to, challenge people to actually open up and talk about it. Let me hear your stories. Let me hear your demons. Let me hear what is happening. Yeah. And you can do that watching us right now. You can throw a party, a movie night at your home, at your house. You can go knock at your neighbors. Tell everybody, bring the furniture outside. Bring the cook pit. Let's cook some hot dogs and popcorn and soda. Yeah. And you start a conversation. It doesn't take much to start a movement. It takes one of us. And that's why I'm so excited about this. And I'm having so many amazing conversations with amazing speakers. And then we have some amazing people also that's going to be talking about this movie. And I will drop it over here for you guys. The link is a 2-minute trailer for you guys to watch it. And I'll put a link where you guys can actually go register for a free account under RevShare Films. You can create a free account there, and then you actually be able to watch some of the other movies that we actually have there as well. I'm also the producer on Hitter Twist. Love that movie. Love it. Highly recommend you guys watch it. I'll have Henny tell us a little bit about that movie here when we come back. And then I'll drop the trailer here for you guys. I saw all the yeses in the comment. And then, oh, look, we have people here. We got all the yeses that we need. All right. Let me get the trailer over here. And 1, 2, 3, go, baby.
I'm gonna give you something personal.
Look at all the hell you've been raising.
What to do? Don't even think about coming over here. Keep it to yourself. You're the only one who knows. Stop looking at me that way.
Yeah, you should have told someone.
But when I tell you I told you so, don't tell me I didn't tell you so.
Why do you care what he thinks? What's the matter with you?
Listen, bitch.
Lucas!
No action up here.
This is your pilot, Dexter speaking. We will be taking off at approximately 10 minutes.
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, don't worry. That's Barack Obama's cousin. All right, so we're going over there.
I always love. Let me know what you guys think of the trailer. I love that scene. That is the Barack Obama's cousin. Oh man! And if you guys love it, if you guys want to help us join this movement, you guys can go to this link over here. I'll drop the link in the comments. It's all lower capital. You guys can get yourself a free RevShare Films account. Inside RevShare, that's what we're gonna keep all our projects, all our movie projects. That will all be there. All the movie releases, documentaries that you guys can watch it there, and then you can share with your friends. You can share with your family members. You can share with others. We can throw movie nights. And if you're going to do a movie night, let us know. Let's keep us involved. Use the hashtag #InHero. Right now, suicide is something that's keep increasing, and we are going to put an end. Like I always say, right? Save one, help one. Because you just never know. And, Henny, one thing, that a lot of, sometimes it's just like, it comes down to influence. Sometimes that's all we need. Just have somebody, like you watch this movie and something trigger. And I want you to think about this. And I want you guys at home also listening to me and watching us now to think about this. Can you describe for me, Henny, the most influential person in your life? That's part one. And then two, why were they so influential to you? Because that's the next level for every single one of us here and you guys at home. I want you guys to really think about this. Because are you living as up to that person? You guys watching us at home right now, I want you guys to think about this, the most influential person in your life. And why was that person so influential to you? Because sometimes throughout darkness and throughout chaos, we forget. And sometimes it's the little things. Sometimes it's just the fact that we are listening, we are present, we're paying attention. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen. And then we can go and we can inspire others. And in times like this, that's all that it takes, is to listen to somebody. The same way how you listen to the people that influence you, that inspired you. But because of that, and you draw a line in the sand, and now you keep going for that dream of yours. Just like Henny right now going for his dream to producing amazing movies. And, like I always tell people, man, don't judge yourself by your intention. Judge yourself by your results, baby. Let me get an amen on that one. You feel me? So, Brother Henny, let us know. And you guys at home also interact with us. Write it down in the comments. Hashtag them, because I bet you they will love to know that you are the most influential person in their lives. Who was that person for you, my friend?
Wow, that question wasn't on the list. Hold on, let me check.
I told you that I like to surprise my guests.
Well, if you want to look at my entire journey, it has to be the old guys that I met when I was in my early 20s, who opened me up to a world of personal development. And if you wanted one individual, it has to be Napoleon Hill. It has to be Napoleon Hill. And even though obviously we never met because he passed away back when I was probably a little kid, but his book Think and Grow Rich was the most influential book that I have ever read. And so the author of the book must be the most influential person in my life because first of all, when you read and coming out of college and as I mentioned in our films, you get a chance to see all of my early mentorship. All of those stories are true stories, and usually they're about me or my friends from way back then. We have a very unusual and fantastic group of high school friends that's unbelievable if you figure all the stories that come out of it. So I had a group of young mentors, Carlos, and they really got me away from my troublemaker friends. They got me off of the streets. They got me away from being a juvenile delinquent, which I was, and also a high school dropout, which I was. They got me away from all that and got me focused on goals and positive activities. But it wasn't until I read Think and Grow Rich, which was after I had gone back to school and after I had graduated and moved out to California for law school, I picked up this book. And the book basically explained all of the things that I had learned in a very impactful way. And then once I met my mentors and started on the road to personal development myself, you have to learn first before you teach. You have to learn and produce. Only producers produce. You're going to see that in Destinova when Spencer, who's the main character based on yours truly, and he says only Finocchios, try to teach somebody what they don't know themselves. Finocchio is like a fake person, right? You have to learn it, and then you apply it, and you produce, and then you teach it. And that book, having read it and reread it, really cemented me into the personal development space. And then from there, Carlos, it opens up to all kinds of other mentors. And I could give you a dozen people right now and all the things that I learned from them. But it started with Napoleon Hill. Yeah.
And you know what? I love that you brought that up because I am a great friend with the Napoleon Hill Foundation. And Don Green is the president. I'm not sure if you know him. He's actually a dear friend of mine. Don Green, and I have this unique Think and Go Rich selection that I give whenever I throw events. I give that to my clients. So what I will do for anybody that throws a movie night, if you send me a screenshot and a photo of your movie night and you hashtag the movie and hero impact, let's make a difference. Here's what I will do for you guys. And, highly recommend also this book from Don Green, the legend himself, and it's the lessons that he learned from Napoleon Hill. Everything I know about success, I learned from Napoleon Hill. Wow. Don Green, legendary. I love this book. And then I was just texting Don Green. He's on his 80s, almost 90. And I'm going to actually invite him to come on my show. I have him on my podcast. But now that we're doing TVs and media, I say, brother, I got to get you back. He sat down on the table with all Napoleon Hill homies. All those guys that were trained by Napoleon, he had dinner and lunch because he was young. And he just has so many amazing stories. It's a dear friend of mine. I bet you he's watching right now with a smile in his face. He's always dropping some love. Don Green, my friend, I love you. So what I will do, I will send you guys, anybody that throws a movie night, you get an autographed copy of my book and one of my special collectors, Think and Go Rich movie. Let me see. Okay, I want to make sure that this is not the special signature ones that I have, but I love that, man. And, it's just amazing movie. And this one, see, Don Green, the legend himself. I have all these cool autographed copies from all the legendary people that lay the path of personal development because I love helping them. I love giving them strategies and challenging them because, a lot of people out there, as you know, Henny, they take what these people did and they go teach out there, but they don't give credit where credit is due. And you know what I mean? So I always tell people, always give credit where credit is due. That's why I love this question. And Henny, why were these people so influential to you, my friend? From Napoleon Hill, like, what was that one moment that you that you just, why did you really go deep into this?
Yeah, well, for me, and I want to give one more answer to your other question. The music is the last question. I want to do a shout out to Andrew Lane, who's got 14 platinum records, who makes all the music for our movies. When you see the films, and thank you so much, Carlos, for really championing the Anhero project. The music is just 3 original songs. It's 12 out of a 39-minute movie. It's 12 minutes of original music that just knock your socks off, and the lyrics and the talent. And any one of these songs can be hit songs, and will be. Okay, once you get into it. There's some more pictures of our crew and our cast, the cops, and there's it's fun. It's fun. We're at the airport hangar. We're at the.
I love this scene here with the police.
Good cop, bad cop. Come on, you got to do it. You got to do it.
I love that scene. And this one over here too. I love this one, man. He's holding on. Right there, man. He got the dope and he got the letter. Detail. But man.
To your question, to your question, these go hand in hand. The inspirational messages go hand in hand with the stories, and they all come from learning that I was so fortunate to be part of as a young man. And that's where, at 17, I met a group of young spellbinders. These cats were young, they were rich, they were happy, they had cars and they had vacations and condos and boats and cash in their pocket. And I was like, man, I want to be like that. And that was my first motivation, was to make money, right? I want to make some money. Seeing as my parents took away my allowance ever since I was 15, when I got in trouble, they took my allowance away. So I won't tell that story, but I had no money, right? I was always looking for ways to make money because my parents wouldn't give me any.
Who here's going through that right now? Let me tell you, man, if you are on the rock bottom and if you fall down and there is nowhere else to go, if you fall down and you can look up, you can get up, baby. Come on now. Who here right now is waiting for the comeback because your setback is waiting for your comeback. Your mess will become your message. You gotta go through the test before you go through the testimonial. Come on. Who is here right now is fired up, ready to take it to another level? You feel me? I'm telling you. Look at how much we are getting throughout social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. everywhere. Roku, Amazon. Damn. Come on, beautiful people. Thank you for the love. All right, Brother Henry. Come on. You got me.
All right. Yeah, so when Carlos and I are, we're going to go out on the road together, and I'm just going to sit back and let him go, and I'm just going to enjoy, man. I'm going to enjoy. And it was the reason that I'm here with you, Carlos, and I want to give credit also where credit is due. The reason I'm here is because I don't do a lot of these. I do some. I only do them for people who are my friends, and I only do them for people who I respect within the industry, who really do have the influence. And Carlos is one of these people who actually can bring it on stage, and old school style, and brings a new technology into what he does. So I appreciate that, Carlos, and that's sincere from the heart. But I agree wholeheartedly. You give credit where credit is due. When I was a 17-year-old struggling kid, I had no money, and I had my mother on one of my Zoom sessions this morning to show her something that we're doing. So my mom was always very grateful. She loaned me $5 for my first day of work so I could buy lunch at Burger King. Right. And then I was motivated by money at first. And then when I made the money, Carlos, then I started to look at these other areas. And it wasn't until I got to my second level of mentors. And what specifically that my second group of mentors, because by the time I got to them, I thought I had accomplished something. I was making money. I was a college graduate with honors, and I started making money at my new job. But what I really got from this whole personal development world was a sense of confidence, that I could achieve something, that I could achieve anything I wanted to achieve. And this is a concept that's foreign for so many people, and not probably for your audience or people that are watching, but maybe you believe it, but do you own it? Do you know that you can achieve your goals? Do you know that if you set a goal and you apply certain principles that are age-tested principles, it's not something new that you have to figure out or invent, or these are principles that have been around since the Bible, since before the Bible, probably Plato and Socrates and those guys. They started messing around with it back whenever that was, however many thousands of years ago. These are principles that it wasn't until really the Encyclopedia of Success and Napoleon Hill to put it into a 13-volume set, and then into a book. And then from there came all these other people. And what I got out of it primarily was that I could do it if I followed these steps. And for me, it was exciting because being a high school dropout and I was called every name that would be referred to stupid that you could be called as a teenager. They wouldn't even hold back. They would tell me to my face, "You are really, really a meathead. You are a botchagaloop. You're a bitch cake. You're the dumbest person I've ever heard. You quit high school. How can you quit high school? High school is the easiest thing to graduate. How can you not graduate high school? You idiot." And because of that, I always, even later, I had problems with self-esteem and self-confidence. And when I started to get to my next set of mentors, the old guys, and I saw that a lot of them came from nothing and made huge successes out of themselves, and they were sharing their successes, all of them millionaires. And Carlos, it's not all about the money. Obviously, I don't do this for the money. I know you don't do it for the money. You make the money and you take the money, but you don't do it for the money. You do it for your passion. The money has to come because it's part of the process. That these guys were all rich, and that was important to me, that these people were older and they were comfortable. I didn't want to see older people not comfortable, and I respected that from them. Without exception, they were all multimillionaires, and they were sharing their stories of how they did it. And I said, hey, if you can do it, I can do it. And then once you start to apply this knowledge and start to put it in action in your own life, then sky's the limit. And that was the biggest thing, is that self-confidence, I think, early on. And that made the biggest impact on me with my second set of mentors, the old guys.
I love that. I love how you say that. You're talking about the Bible there. In this quote, right? Sometimes God put a Goliath in your life for you to find the David within you, somewhere in the Bible. You feel me? Because right now, somebody watching us, you might have a Goliath right now in front of you. It's the COVID. Maybe you are a job. Maybe you are running out of the unemployment check, and maybe the money's not enough to pay the rent, and you're worrying about being evicted, or the credit cards are maxed out, and you maybe repossess on your car. Trust me, I've been there. I feel that pain. I feel that voice, the whispering, because I've been there. Like I always tell somebody, if you've been through it, you can grow through it. What you go through, you grow through it. I want you guys to know there are brothers like me and myself out there that prays for you, that want you to see you succeed. And that, like I always tell people, right now, every single person watching us here, you got something. You got greatness within you. You got a magic. You got something that you went through in your life. And because you went through that process, you can actually start doing videos. You can start putting content out there. You can start actually creating content to teach what your younger self 5 years ago, 10 years ago went through. Think about it. If you go back 5, 10 years, all the struggles that you went through in your life, you can actually put the content out there on social media, start teaching your younger version of you. And then you can charge them as a consulting fee, as a coaching fee. And there's always a way if there is a will. There's a ways that you can be in proximity. People like Henny, like myself, you can share our movie. For anybody here that want to help us share the movie, we will compensate you. We have a lot of speakers coming to me. They're doing without money. They're doing for the love. But a lot of people I also know they are struggling. If you help us share this movie, we'll compensate you. You can go to our Rev Shares platform. You can get yourself a trailer and you can share with your people. You can actually get paid and you can share. We can help eliminate this major problem of suicide. There's so much things that you can do. Money's never the problem. As long as when you become that person that gives way more than what you take, the ones that add value to your community, the ones that brings the community together, now they start looking at you different. Now they start looking at you like, wow, Henny's coming. Carlos coming. Henny's is in the building, baby. Carlos is in the building, baby. They bringing it. They bringing drama. I don't care if they don't like you and your mama. You feel me? Because you bringing it. You bringing that love. You bringing that passion. They can see through you. They know that you love people. They know that you don't live paycheck to paycheck. We live relationship to relationship. That's how this brother over here and I met. That's how we stay connected. That's how whenever he has a project or I has a project and now we're doing a project together. And it's an honor to be in this project with you, my friend. And brother, man, and then, we have some characters too in the movies that we work with, people like Pitbull and, and my brother Michael Jackson, and, we have so much fun. When we movies, over here in the sad, look at that. Look at your boy over here. Look at the young Henry with their flashing the $100 bills. We got Enrique Iglesias over here, we just have so much fun, man. You know what I mean?
It's too much fun, man. Too much fun.
And it's so funny too. Whenever we throw those parties and we invite our friends to show up, to watch and support us, and like last time we were filming that scene, the people that was walking in there showing up, these are like big timers, directors, and they just come to support because it's like a family. And we learn so much from one another, guys. And you have a movie within you. You have a story within you. You just have to share it. You just put yourself in proximity with others. Join this movement that we are starting here to help eliminate suicide and reduce the suicide awareness among teenagers with Hero. We have some other amazing movies there. The other one that Henry and I also put it together, called Hitter to West. Look at that handsome guy there. This is a great movie. Hey, Henry, in 1 minute or less, tell us about the Hitter to West, because I want you to finish the day here today with your powerful, oh man, you guys gonna like this, man. You guys gonna like this. Henry has this thing he called the Master's Bargain. I like to call an inspirational poem, the one that moves you, the one that shakes you, the one that wakes you from the cemetery. But before we go there, tell me like in a minute or two, and here, let me actually also give it a shout here I got so fired up that sometimes I forget to give it a shout to our sponsors. So here, let me just give a quick shout to one of our All right, just a quick 30 seconds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, so Henny, tell us about Hitter Twist.
Hitter Twist, Carlos, and you were at some of our filming of this movie, and it was a pleasure to work with you on it and to have you around at the Biltmore when we did one of our scenes over there, Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles.
This is the haunted hotel, guys, with the Ghostbusters.
It's
I don't know if you know that they were actually filming Ballers at the same time. And I was all dressed up, and then they want to, hey, big guy, you wanted to go here? Like, no, I'm good. And the Ballers is with The Rock and all these people because we had a couple of meetings, and I was gonna speak for another group. I'm like, I'm good, but I ain't trying to hang out with no ballers. You know what I mean? Because the way how we are balling here, we are inspirational.
Right here.
I said it, baby. Come on now. You know how we do. We're starting shit over here with our
Hitter Twist is the story of a teenage pot dealer and his fashion model jewelry smuggling girlfriend who embark on a road to redemption and inspiration and transformation. But
crazy as movie.
They can't take the criminal world, so they have to have one last battle with the gangsters. And that's all I'll say about that. That is a movie, Carlos, is coming out in 2021. We're preparing it for the American film market, which is the biggest film event and second biggest film event in the world, aside from the Cannes film market. That's coming up in November. I'm very happy to have you on board, and really just an epic movie. We shot, and you mentioned the actors, Carlos, that we have, and working with these young actors. All these baby faces and all this young talent. It's not like we're out to discover talent, like we're on a Star Search or American Idol or any one of these. But we always, you see, all these young, pretty faces that are in our movies. They are so talented, and there are just so many great people to be in these roles. And Hitter Twist, we have about 30 characters. It's unbelievable. We got a rock and roll band, we got models, we got a high school clique, we got gangsters, we got inspirational speakers, we got motivators. So it's a really cool film, and it's the film that's going to bring us more into traditional entertainment industry, and we can't wait for you guys to see it. And we will have a trailer up on RevShare Films very soon for Hitter Twist.
Yes, right now, guys, if you guys go here on this link that I put it, bit.ly/movie movement, all lower capital. The link is also below. For you guys that are not seeing this, are listening to us, it's bit.ly/movie movement, all lower capital. And you can go there, get a free account at RevShares. That's the place where you guys can watch all our films, all the documentaries. Henny and I, we're going to be also doing something cool stuff in there, putting some great interviews, bloopers. We're going to get creative and doing something really cool stuff. And so much more to come that we cannot share it yet. But Henny, what a great time, brother. You know what I mean? And I knew that we were going to have a great time, and I was going to surprise you here with some stuff. And you saw me. I stopped. I didn't start shit. I did not talk about politics. Because if I will get it. And I listened to my wife. That's why I'm still happily married. Right. And then, my brother, I want to finish the show today. And guys, we do this podcast, this TV show. I fund this entire project. We don't ask you guys for money. The way how you can repay us is by tag somebody here that needed to hear this message. We have inspirational people coming here all the time, amazing people like Henny. Our next episode on Monday, we have Pink Floyd in the house. Just saying that it's about to go down on this Monday coming up, whatever date that is, right before the election. We are about to take massive action because I'm going to bring you satisfaction. My name is Carlos Siqueira. No. So we're going to have a great time. Just text somebody. I cannot help it. Sorry. We're not going to edit it. We just text somebody here. Today, a long time ago, man, it was just a rejected kid, man. Now we got Pink Floyd in the show. Now we got Henry Morales on the show, Oh, man, I'm telling you. And so you guys text somebody here that you love. Text somebody here that needed to hear this message. and join us, the movement. Share this movie with us. And if you guys do the movie night at your house, if you have 10 people there with you, hashtag take photos, post that on your stories, post that on social media, message me, message my team, let me know that you did that. I will send you an autographed copy of my book, and Think and Go Rich special collector's edition for somebody that actually sit on the table with all Napoleon's homies. So, you know what I mean? There's a special gift. I keep those things on the safe. I have them here now because I am in my studio. And Henny, I want to finish the day here. I want to thank you guys. But after Henny's done saying this, it's very powerful. We're going to end the show because I never cannot go after that. And it's something that a lot of people over here, it's powerful. It's beautiful. It's moving. Listen to that again. Know that life is always about the contribution, not the acquisition. The stuff that people are going to remember is going to be about the mission, never the commission. They won't talk about our cars. They won't talk about our houses. They don't talk about the airplanes or how big is the diamond ring in the spouse's ear. What they will talk about, how did you make others feel? People, they forget what you say, but they never forget how you made them feel. People, you know what I'm saying? I want you guys just to believe in yourself just a little bit more. Just believe in yourself. Do not let the devil win, because God didn't give you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. And I want to appreciate every single person that came in here today, that like it, that comment, that shared this, that joined our movement. We're going to go places, and it's all because we keep showing up. It's all because we keep bringing amazing people together. We're going to keep bringing amazing people together. You're going to be doing amazing things. You guys going to keep an eye on our social media, on our stories. We're going to be, just join our Rev Share films like we talk about it here, the link below, and there's going to be amazing things to happen. Brother Henny, let's finish the show today with your inspirational, the Master's Bargain, the most inspirational poem that I ever heard. That's
high praise, high pressure. Well, this, Carlos, came from really a collection of notes that I took at various events from my mentors way back. And it's really about, your happiness, and it's about becoming great at your craft. And I do want to echo Carlos's words. If you're going through challenges, if you're going through a tough, rough time, it may seem like we're here joking around, having fun, and maybe you feel left out of the games. Don't. Just have a little more faith in yourself, a little more belief in yourself, and take action and use the principles that we're sharing with you to do it, and things will turn for you. They have to. The numbers are in your favor. Okay, they have to. So this is called the Master's Bargain, and I hope you love it. I wish for you the enduring, lifelong bliss that's a result of hearing a million thank yous. I wish for you the ecstasy that's a product of having happy, well-adjusted, motivated children tell you I love you every single day. I wish for you the thrill in knowing that not only is your life about experiencing intellectual, financial, emotional, and spiritual prosperity, but your life is also about opening the door for others to savor life's abundance. I wish for you the thrill of victory at the highest possible human level. And when the time comes and you approach your end of days, and they marvel at your accomplishments, and they venerate your mastery, and they ask you, was it worth the price that you had to pay? You can say, it is true. I worked hard at my craft. I was dedicated beyond the average person's comprehension. I was diligent beyond any reasonable expectation. I remained calm under the most tumultuous of pressures. I was relentless despite inconceivable adversity. I was tenacious despite insurmountable hurdles. I loved fiercely, even while still feeling the sting of hard words and reproach from those same loved ones. I clenched tightly to my dream, no matter what circumstance arose which strained to relax my rigid fingers. I risked everything to pursue my purpose. As a result, I became peaceful, whole, and conscious. I have made a positive impact on countless lives and paved the way for other masters who have followed and subsequently blazed their own trails. I have achieved the rare privilege of being considered master. And you ask me if it was worth it. You ask me if all the years of struggle and toil and failures endured and tedious repetition were a fair rate of exchange. You ask me, was it worth it? You ask me, did I get a good deal? I'm here to say it has been the most fantastic bargain